All right, welcome back to Let's Talk. We've been having a great conversation here with Mayor Marsh. I want to add on something. We spoke about the good things that's going to be happening in Modesto, the new changes. Everything is looking good. Even a little bit about those not wanting to join in with what Modesto's doing, but Modesto's growing. What about Wood Colony? With the developing of the farmland.
Yeah, Wood Colony again. I believe is an area that didn't get properly covered or understood how the process, and it's a difficult process, and there's not a really good vehicle to explain to the average person what happens and how it happens. So the city, knowing that in the next 40 years we're going to double in population. We're going to double in population whether you want it or not. One of the things, people are still having babies, and we're not dying as quickly as we used to. And because of that, California is adding about 300,000 people every year. That means part of those are going to live in Modesto and in the Bay Area and in LA. And the state knows that it's going to grow, and we're going to grow at the rate that somewhere in the next 40 or 50 years, Modesto is going to be twice as big as it is today. Now, if you take that as your base, we within what we call our sphere of influence, what we've been approved to build out to, we have enough room to do that for people and where they live. What we don't have is enough room to put the jobs that go with that. There's not any industrial space. Beard Industrial, if you look at an aerial view, is almost fully built out. There's almost no room left there. And the last little parts, if you look on an aerial map, that are left are actually in production right now to be built on. So just think that we're not going to have any more industrial jobs. We have a room for some more business park and business park type jobs, and we can build up downtown and put more office jobs in. Still can't have enough jobs for 200,000 more people. So unless you want more and more people commuting to the Bay Area, commuting to even down to Merced and up to Stockton, we need to find a place to put jobs. It's difficult to figure out where to do that. Now, what happened on Wood Colony? There's two things. First of all, back in 1995 again, when they did the general plan, they included 1,000 acres of Wood Colony in that plan. Okay, so that was already on the books. Okay. Before I became mayor, before I became a council member, that was on the books. And there'd never been any discussion to take it out. Okay, so let's just start there. Then, looking at where are we going to put more jobs, the Chamber of Commerce and some major developers and development influences started looking at a plan of where do we put land for more jobs. And they came to the city and basically suggested that we add about, 5,000 or 7,000 acres. I mean, a lot. All the way out to where Hammett Road would extend down to Mays. Our city staff looked at it and said, that's way too big. It's way bigger than you'll ever need in the next 200 years. So our staff, again, never having reached the city council or the mayor, our staff reduced that down to adding about another 1,000 acres to Wood Colony into the city.
Okay.
That's what came to the council for the first time as a city council to vote on. Now, the Planning Commission had already voted on it and suggested that that was a good idea. So it came to the city council. The residents of Wood Colony were not happy about it. It's pretty clear. Yeah. They felt that they were being railroaded, run over, their life taken away from them. Yeah. And I'm going to tell you, the city council heard. We took that 1,000 acres that the city staff suggested that we put in, that the Chamber of Commerce suggested that we put in. We took all that out. Not only that, we took out almost all that had been put back in 1995. The only part that we left was about 200 acres right along the freeway, right across from the mall, And all the property owners in that 200 acres were not against being part of the city sometime in the next 40 years. So the general plan's a 40-year plan. It's not tomorrow, it's next year. There are still people that lived by there that felt that that was wrong and a bad idea. And because of that, you really have Measure I on the ballot right now.